Good evening, everybody. I am so thankful that you all thought it not robbery to jump on with me just for a few moments. Make sure you already know, make sure you like, make sure you're tagging, make sure you're sharing with somebody. We want everyone to know what's going on. What's this community conversation? What is Kingdom Influencers? So make sure you have tagged somebody, make sure you've shared somebody, and just tell them, check this out real quick. Just tag somebody and say, check this out. You never know. You could be that lifeline to somebody that is ready to go to their next level in life. This is not just about ministry. It's about marketplace. It's about your goals. It's about your dreams. It's about your desires to do more, to be better, to strive to climb to higher heights and just do great things in the kingdom. And so make sure you don't hold all of this goodness to yourself. Make sure you're sharing it with somebody. So go ahead real quickly and share with somebody. We're not going to be on here long. This won't be long, drawn out anything. You're not finna hear the preacher. Well, the preacher comes out every now and then, but that's not my task, or that's not my assignment or focus tonight. I just want to share some information. And so good evening to everybody. I see my sister, co-pastor Andrea Rock here all the way from Anderson, South Carolina. Thank you so much, my sister, for being on. And to all of my EMBC family, thank you so much for always supporting and just always trying to uphold me in whatever I put my hands to do. And so I'm sure some of them are wondering, what is she up to now? Well, anybody knows me knows that I am just who I am. I can't be anybody else. I don't try to be anybody else. I am as authentic as they come. I had to fill out this little questionnaire the other day, and it asked me, for a brief bio. Well, you put the normal stuff, you go to school here and you graduated there and you got this degree and you did this and that. And then they wanted to expound a little bit. And I said, at the end of the day, I am just a multifaceted person who has given herself, giving her gifts, giving her life to make sure that others win. And that's who I am at the core. I have given all that I know to give of myself because I want to see others win. I want to see others strive to be their best self. One of the things that I've always strived to do is to try to pour into others what has been poured into me. I come with 25 years of ministry experience. I am now 12 years into pastoring, and I've been probably doing church all my life, but those have been those significant roles that I've been in the past few years. Just recently, I released a book last year that is still on the best-selling list, glory to God, through Amazon. In fact, I got notice yesterday that Amazon was even sold out. So I give God praise for that. Also, I was able to launch an online boutique about 2 years ago and started a podcast last year, and just really kind of started beefing up my skills in my graphic designs. And, last year COVID pushed me, to kind of go beyond my comfort zone. And, but I was determined that I wasn't going to let COVID take everything away from me. And so instead of taking from me, I decided to do more. And sometimes you kind of have to just do that. You kind of have to go and press beyond your own stuff, because all of us got stuff, but you got to press beyond your stuff and say, okay, who am I destined to be? What is my purpose in the earth? And I know everybody that's on this timeline tonight, you have questioned yourself at some point in your life, and you have asked yourself, what is my divine purpose in the earth? And sometimes when you ask that question, if truth really be told, you don't always know how to answer that. If I'm talking to anybody, it's okay to say, "Amen." That's you're talking to me, whatever. We don't always know how to immediately answer when somebody asks us the question. We don't always know how to answer what my purpose is. We have to really think about that. Well, Kingdom Influencers, I want it to be a community that has been designed to help you figure that thing out. I want to help you figure what indeed is my purpose beyond being saved, beyond being, delivered, beyond being, I want a better prayer life, I want a better study time, beyond all of the church stuff. Who are you at the core, and who have you been destined to reach in the earth? Because everybody got somebody assigned to their life. I hope you do know that somebody is watching your life right now and you don't even realize they're watching you. Somebody's watching your timeline every day and you don't realize they're watching you. I see some people on here, you sell jewelry. They're looking at you for more than a jewelry sale. They're looking to see how you carry yourself, because in the back of their mind, they're like, if she can do it, yeah, maybe I can do that. But they're afraid to talk. They're afraid to come on camera. They're afraid, to allow their voices to be heard. And they're watching you as the example. And I need you to put that in the timeline. I am an example. I am an example. And now, if you can't say that for real, then don't say it. But if you know you are an example for somebody, all that is that you have influence. That's all it is. Year before last, when I started my t-shirt line, one of my brands, or one of the lines within the t-shirt brand, is Kingdom Influencer line, because I needed people to understand how much influence they carry with others, whether it be positive or whether it be negative. But I want to raise up a community of kingdom influencers, not just somebody to influence people to do wrong or be crazy or act silly or be nasty. I want somebody to journey this journey with me and be an influence in the kingdom. We talked about at Emmanuel this morning, to represent Jesus, because at the end of the day, he's looking for some people that will stand up in his name. And I just want to be that community leader. I want to be that lead influence as I'm taking the lead in this thing, but I want others to come alongside with me. Let's discover what our purpose in the earth is. Let's discover who we are supposed to reach. Let's discover how we're going to achieve some of our visions and some of our goals. This is not so much about reading scripture every day, even though we'll do some of that. This is not about me holding your hand and pulling you through. No, this is about doing the work. Tell somebody it's time to go to work. Yeah, to put it down your timeline, it's time to go to work. It's time for us to pick up our mantles and run with them. It is time for us to pick up, our tools, our gifts, and run with them. I bring to the table, as I said, a pastor and evangelist for 25 years. I bring to the table, I have served, I have mentored, I have been a coach now, but please understand, I am a totally different coach and mentor than I am a pastor and evangelist. And I need you to understand that when you talk about, going through and getting the work done, I tend to be a little bit more hard when it comes to getting the work done. I tend not to be the babysitter. And so you have to come into this thing understanding we're going to work. It's time to put in the work. Listen, most of us are at a stage in our life where the latter half of our life, we've got to press on the gas. We ain't got a whole lot of time, and we've got to press on the gas. We've got to, be about our Father's business. And guess what? Our Father's business is more than just inside of the four walls of the church. How many understand that you can be an influence outside of the church? We should have learned that by now, but we can be an influence also outside of ministry, and we have to learn how to do that. And so that's the purpose of this community, to draw a community of believers, a community of people who desire to have an influence in the earth. That's it. If that's what you desire to do, this community is for you. Okay. Now, again, I bring all of my gifts to the table. I bring my authenticity. Yeah, I'm just authentic person. I don't try to be like anybody else. I'm not trying to duplicate what nobody else is doing. I'm not trying to compete with anybody else or be in comparison with anyone else, because you do know that comparison kills. Because when you're trying to be somebody that you're not or hadn't been destined to be, it really doesn't work out too well. And so you have to learn to be as authentic as you possibly can and still succeed in the person that you've been designed to be. But there's nothing wrong with enhancing who you are, but just make sure that you stay who you are. But that's what I bring to the table. And I may not do it like somebody else. I can only do it like I do it. And I can only bring to the table the experience that I have up under my belt. And so what will I offer? Well, for these first 4 weeks, for the month of January, we're basically going to be assessing, and we're going to be developing. We're going to be assessing. We're going to be assessing where we are, what we need to accomplish. And then we're going to be developing our goals from the floor up. Some of you have already started in business. Some of you are already starting doing, what you do as it relates to ministry. We want to establish what your goals are for the year, or for the first 6 months of the year. And we want to begin to work on how we're going to get it accomplished in these first 6 months. We want to begin to work on an actual plan, an actual strategy on getting those goals accomplished. And that can be anything from, from starting your own business, to starting to learn how to speak online, or starting to get information on what I need to do to get out of the shell that I'm in. Whatever the case it may be, whatever the goals are, we're going to start this month basically assessing and developing our goals so that we can build upon them in the weeks to come. Now listen, what I do with you will not be long and drawn out. That's why we got to get in here and we got to put our hands to the plow and we got to get the work done. Will we take a lot of time doing it? Absolutely not, because none of us have a lot of time to give. Many of you are mothers. Many of you are already business owners. Many of you are working, from 9 to 5, and then you have ministry obligations and things of that nature. So I don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm going to make time over these next 4 weeks to get us started on assessing our goals and developing them. If you're interested in that, I want you just to put a 1 in the timeline. If that's something that you might be interested in, I want you to take a moment and just put a 1 there in the timeline. Now, when it comes to the group, many of you have joined the group. I think we have about 45 people in the group now. The group is not there for us just to come in and look around and notice who checked what and who said like and who said love. That's not what this group is. This group is to work. This week we're going to begin the work, and one of the things that I wanted you all to do, I place various units in there, and these are units of conversation, units that we are going to kind of hit on over the next few weeks. Unit number 1, I need you, for those of you that are really in this thing for at least these next 4 weeks, I want you to start working on unit number 1 this week. This group is going to again have assignments. You're going to have homework to do. We're going to get some work done, but when the work is all said and done, I want you to say that you've accomplished something with your time. Okay. And so again, this group is not for you just to come in and look around and chill and spy and whatever the case may be. I need you to come in and be a participant. I need you to engage. I may come in and drop a video or two, a couple of times a week. We'll go live once a week in the group. We'll go live once a week in the group, and we'll kind of assess where we are and where we're going, from week to week. But these first 4 weeks are about assessing and about developing. I'm going to give you what I have. And later on, when these 4 weeks are up, we'll assess where we are and we'll see who's ready and who desires to go to that next level. And the next level, goes in a whole nother, realm. And so, but for these first 4 weeks, I just want to get you started. We twiddle our thumbs too much. We sit on social media and just scroll when you can be using that time to do something, when you can be using that time to create something, to develop something for the purpose of being an influence in the kingdom. I don't know about nobody else, but at the end of the day, I want to hear God say, well done. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over the few. Now I want to make you ruler over men. And I believe that he can do some of that even now, y'all. But we've got to show that we can handle it. We got to show that we qualify, like we talked about this morning. We got to show that we qualify, and so I want to make sure that I do my part. Do I have the time? No, but I'm going to make the time because I want you to be your best self. I want you to win. I want you to be proud of what you have accomplished. By this time next year, I want you to have a whole nother testimony. This time next year, I want you to have added something else in another notch in your belt. But by this time next year, I want you to have the testimony that, okay, I'm ready to help somebody else. I'm ready to pass this thing. Again, this thing ain't about, competition. We're here to help each other along, not baby each other, not pacify each other, not hold each other's hand until we make it all right. No, we are here to influence one another, encourage one another, push one another, and hold each other accountable. That's what the community is all about. That's what Kingdom Influencer Community is all about in a nutshell. Okay. And so I just kind of wanted to come and share with you what's up and coming for those of you that are already a part of the group. If you are not, please go over today to Kingdom Influencer, Kingdom Influencer Community. And all you have to do is ask to join. Now, listen, it does ask you some questions. Please answer the questions. We just allowed some others to come in because it's such it was an introductory week. But please answer the questions. It's only 3 of them. But the problem is we don't want to put no thought behind stuff. In this group, you're going to have to put some thought behind purpose. And so those questions are there to help me know how I can help you. It's not to be in your business. It's just to help me know how I can help you. And so if there's a way for you to still answer those questions, please answer those questions. And then also I want you to agree to the community, the parameters we've set up for the community so that we can all stay respectful of one another. But if you're already in the group, or if you desire to join the group, go over, make sure you answer those 3 questions so that I can know how I can be of more service to you. If I hope that you understood that. All right. And so also, if you have an Instagram account, please go over and follow us on Instagram as well. We're there as the same kingdom.influencers.community, because we want to continue to allow people to know that there is a community of kingdom lovers and God lovers who are trying to be influencers, for his name. Yeah, for his name's sake. And I pray that it is going to be a blessing to you. All right. Somebody asked a question, is there a non-Facebook option to participate? Crystal, right now, there is not another group outside of Facebook, unfortunately. We don't have that capacity right now, but who knows, we may create something website based, but right now the group is directly participating on Facebook. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but right now we're in the building stages, so you never know what will happen over the course of the next few weeks. But we're in the building stages right now. But thank you for that question. Anybody else has questions? Real quickly, shoot me a question if you have a question. I'll take a moment and receive those questions. Yeah, if anybody has a question, anybody have a comment, right there, even in your timeline, if you already know what your purpose is, put it in the comments if you want to. Tell me if you know what your purpose is, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm curious to see that. If you already know, if you don't know, just put in there, not sure, still praying about it, whatever the case may be. But give me some kind of response and let me know if you know what it is. Put it there. If you don't, let me know that that's something that you're really praying about. All right. Thank you so much, Crystal. Yeah. All of us, as I said before, all of us are at a place where you say, you know what, I don't know if I can handle anything more, if I can take on anything more. Yeah, we're all at that place, but you have to ask yourself, have you accomplished all you desire to accomplish in the earth? You have to, you're praying about it, Barbara. I understand, but I need you to really, truly, don't just say it. I need you to really pray about that thing. Ask the Lord to help you to search your own self, introspectively, spectively, and ask yourself, what is it that I can do to be an influence in the earth? And it may be something, most times it is usually something that you're already doing. You just don't see it as a purposeful thing. So even look at the stuff that you do on a daily. Some people just have the gift to talk to others, to be kind to others. Some people just have the gift to get on the phone and encourage others. You never know, that could be your purpose for right now. I think seasons do change. My purpose is to lead, coach others to be better versions of themselves. Wonderful. Absolutely. We need more of you, Crystal. Absolutely. Absolutely. But my purpose is to read more with understanding. Rebecca, I want you to think about, what is your purpose toward others, not for yourself, but toward others. I need you to think outward, not so much inward. This group is about influencing others. When you have influence, that means that you have the power to affect others by what you do, what you say, the things that you pour into them. And so I want you to think outwardly. So what would be your purpose toward others? Monica says, two of mine is giving and encouraging. Wonderful. Diane says, an encourager. Jennifer says, to help women launch and grow online businesses. Amazing. With confidence and authenticity that will allow them a life of freedom and fulfillment. That's a whole definition right there, Jennifer. That's wonderful when you know it down to the T like that. I want us all to get to the place where you can define who you are. If you had to, I call it an elevator pitch. If somebody said, tell me who you are and tell me what you do in 60 seconds, we call that an elevator pitch. If they said, tell me who you are, what you do, what your purpose is, in 60 seconds, I'll give you $1 million. I guarantee you'll come up with something. Work on your elevator pitch this week. That's an assignment. I need you to work on your elevator pitch. Work on who you are, what you're called to do, and who you're called to. Let's begin to put that in a sentence. And if anybody should ask you, you'll never have to stutter around it again. All right. Tanya says, to be social change agent in my community. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Rebecca says, to encourage others. Right. All right. Tiffany says, assisting and working with special needs, elderly, disabled. That's amazing, Tiff. All right. Let's see. Who else? Do you know what your purpose is? Sonia says, my purpose is praying for others and encouraging. Chad says, speaking life and motivating people spiritually. All right. Bernadette says, teacher. All right. Awesome. Again, work on that elevator pitch. Work on being able to define what your purpose is, who your purpose to, and how your purpose to get them to be their best self. And as Tiffany said, excuse me, as Crystal said, to be better versions of themselves. All right. That's amazing, guys. So at least we know where our foundation is. And for those of you that did not answer, I want you to really be prayerful about that thing. I really want you to be able to put some thought into it, because that's something that we don't always put thought into. But that's the one thing that holds us back from being who we're called to and being what we're called to do. So once you have a definition of who you are, then you'll be in a better position to help somebody else become who they're supposed to be. Okay. All right. Listen, that's all I had tonight. We're going to get started this week with our community interactions and engagements. So be prepared to join me live in the group on on Thursday night. We'll be able to engage a little bit more. And so I'm just encouraged by our response, and I am hopeful, that more will catch on. Make sure you share it with somebody. Make sure you invite others to the group. You can invite others to the group. So make sure you invite others to the group. I believe the more influencers we have, the more interaction we have, and the more encouragement and accountability we can have. And so make sure you invite other influencers to the group so we can really take this thing to the next level. I'm excited about it. And I can't wait to see how God begins to materialize some things in your life. Listen, and also just kind of keep in the back of your mind, starting the beginning of this year, everybody is on this quest to read and to study, more, and to get more spiritually focused. The book that I wrote and released last year, the Bible in 52 weeks, it is designed to read the entire Bible in a year's time. And so some groups have already started their Bible study. I was online with the group yesterday out of Sumter, South Carolina, that started a women's group. And I've had someone to reach me from California, another women's group who's starting the study. And so, I'm going to probably start dropping some nuggets from the book, and we may do like a Zoom on a Saturday morning or something, just to do a check-in. If you are reading the book, if you are have committed to reading that book. Many of you purchased that book last year and you read it for a couple of weeks and you put it down. Pick it back up, because see, what happened is a lot of times when people got it, they thought some things were just going to be basically hand fed to them or spoon fed to them. They didn't realize they had to actually read the Bible. You have to read the Bible with the book. And so let me encourage you to pick it back up. Let me encourage you to start your regimen of reading, and let me think about it. Let me pray about it. I'm gonna find a day. I'll find another day. Ain't enough days in a week to do it all, but I'm gonna find another day where we can actually have a check-in to see where we are in our reading, and to make sure that we stay accountable to reading the entire Bible this year. Amen. Lydia, thank you for coming on. My heart is toward children, specifically elementary age. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we got to find a way to be able to cater and to nurture them outside of the classroom. Yeah. All right. Any more questions? Any more additions anybody wants to add to this conversation? I didn't want to stay on but 30 minutes, and I think we are about there. But again, if Jennifer, am I forgetting anything? Let me know. Because I just kind of went off the cuff today, but I'm excited. I appreciate you for coming on, and I'm thankful for you entrusting me to be a trusted voice in your life in this season. And I'm just excited about where we go from here. Yeah, Andrea, you said your purpose was. Did you say what your purpose was, Andre? Because I see you're in ministry and marketplace now. And so, yeah, so you can do something with both of those. Don't forget again Jennifer has just put the link in the comments where you can click on the group if you have not already joined it. And so just make sure that you have already joined. All right. Okay. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And we'll connect, I'm sure, over the course of the week in the group. But don't forget, this is your assignment for the week. When you go into the group, answer the question under Unit 1. Go to Unit 1. Let's start our conversation in Unit 1. All right. That's number 1. Number 2, work on your elevator pitch. That's number 2. Work on your elevator pitch. If some elevator pitch is, if somebody should ask you to describe who you are, what you do, what you're called to in 60 seconds, you should be able to do that. So work on your elevator pitch. And it can't be, I think I'm called to, I hope I'm, no, 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 no. They're going to give you $1 million if you can do this by the time we get off this elevator. I need you to work on that elevator pitch this week. All right. And then on Thursday, we'll come together and we'll be live and we'll start working our goals. And so the third thing I need you to do is to find at least one goal that you want to establish in the next 6 months. One goal that you desire to establish in the next 6 months. Okay. I want you to start working on that tonight. Start putting some real thought behind that tonight. So you got 3 assignments really. Work on Unit 1, the question in the group, Unit 1, and then also work on your elevator pitch. And then think about one goal you want to accomplish in the first 6 months of the year. If it can't be done in 6 months, then 12 months or however long you want to space it out. But at least we want to start working. We want to start working on our goals for the coming year, our goals and our visions. You should have some kind of purpose. Yeah, AJ, you should have some kind of purpose in mind. This is a group for builders who are building kingdom and who have purpose in their heart and mind to make a difference and to be, purposeful in the earth. This is not just another churchy thing. I need us to kind of get past it, even though that's important. But I want us to focus on purpose being, revealed in all of our lives. Okay. All right. Assignments due on Thursday. Yes, Crystal. By Thursday, but at least Unit 1 should be done. You should start working on Unit 1 as soon as you can. We don't want to wait until Thursday. God bless you, Apostle Pack. Thank you so much for being on, and thank you for your support tonight. Dr. Pack covers my ministry. I thank him. He serves as my leader, and he is such an influencer all by himself. And maybe later on we can twist his arm to come in as one of our special guests to pour, if I can afford him, to pour into our group. But thank you so much for being on tonight. Yeah. Andrea says to continue to encourage others to overcome their fears and enhance themselves through their appearance as well. That's an amazing, awesome, Andrea. That's great. That's awesome. And you can do that. You can do that. All right. So back to our 3. Start working on Unit 1 as soon as you can. We don't want to wait till Thursday to do that. I want to be reading them all week long, but have your elevator pitch ready by Thursday and have your goal ready by Thursday, because we want to begin to work on those goals from the floor up. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, guys, my time is up. I'm over my time, as a matter of fact. Thank you so much for being on. I'm excited, and I'm so, again, very, very blessed and very thankful that you all are entrusting me to be an influencer to you and to be a trusted voice. Many of you have already superseded, in some areas, and so I'm just thankful, that you trust me enough to be a trusted voice. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you taking a moment just to kind of engage with us this evening. But again, prepare to join us this Thursday at 8:00 in the community, in the Kingdom Influencer community. And if you have not already joined, make sure you go ahead and put that request in tonight, and make sure you answer the leading questions going in the door so that we'll know exactly how to be of service to you. All right. God bless you. Blessings to you all. And until we meet again, we are Kingdom Influencers. Have a good night, everybody.